Guys, and welcome to the very first episode with Deeply Merited Scholars. Yay! Without further ado, let's delve into this first video. So this is our very first YouTube video. Yay! This has been cooking for a very long time, and yeah, it's about time to match plans with actions. So what is Deeply Merited Scholars? Deeply Merited Scholars is a digital marketing service that provides information about upcoming scholarships from diplomas, undergraduates, masters, PhD degrees in different countries, okay? In different countries. So, after having defined the purpose and mission of Deeply Merited Scholars, it is imperative that we define the key word here, and that is scholarships. What does scholarship mean to you? On practical baselines for an average Cameroonian or African, a scholarship is any form of financial relief towards your academic plan. Yes, on practical baselines. So what this means is a scholarship is meant to relieve you financially while you go about your studies. And there are different kinds of scholarships. In fact, there are two main kinds of scholarships, and there's a third that I will be explaining after the first two. The first scholarship is full scholarships. Yes! It sounds so nice to our ears. Full scholarships. You do not have to bother about accommodation. You are given a stipend. Yes, I have benefited from such a scholarship while I was doing my master's degree in Shanghai, and I can tell you for sure that it is such a relief. Imagine not having to pay tuition, not having to bother about accommodation, and most especially receiving a stipend, even juicier. Of partial scholarships are scholarships which offer tuition waivers, but then you have to take care of your accommodation, your bills, insurance, and taking care of your annual. Or typical example of partial scholarships are scholarships which give you tuition fee reductions, such as 25%, 50% tuition fee reductions, but then you have to take care of yourself. These are partial scholarships, and they are also readily available on your choice and preference when you're applying and building a strong portfolio to get selected. Mind you that fully funded scholarships and partial scholarships each have requirements that you must meet up for you to get selected. So the fact that a scholarship is partial doesn't mean that you're just going to get selected for it. You have to meet up with the eligibility requirements for you to get selected. And now, to the third type of scholarship scheme, drum rolls, is self-sponsored scholarships. Yay! I know this doesn't sound as juicy and exciting as the first two, but trust me, this is a typical mainstream which a lot of people study. Either self-sponsor themselves or they're sponsored by families or goodwill, people of goodwill, or organizations, Yeah, so sponsorship is still a form of scholarship, if I should put it that way, because if you are not the person paying for it, you're being sponsored by someone else. So you should keep that in mind. And these are the easiest because it's there isn't a lot of pressure and competition. When you're doing a direct application, not requesting for scholarships, it's a lot easier for you to just meet up with the requirements, the requisites from the university or the faculty or the department for which you're applying for, and then once you get selected, you fulfill all what is required of you, and then you're given admission, and then you go to the embassy and you get your visa. So basically, these are the three types of scholarships, three kind of scholarship schemes that Deeply Merited Scholars is bringing to the attention of its audience that you should know. There are full scholarships, there are partial scholarships, and there are self-sponsored scholarships. So yeah, pretty much there is an area for each and every one of us. It depends on how you go about it. It depends on how you go about it. Now, I'm going to talk about, moving on, we're going to talk about the different kinds of scholarships that are available. I mean, to an average Cameroonian, to an African, to a student. What are the kinds of scholarships that are available? Remember, what we just talked about were scholarship schemes. What are the kinds of scholarships? There are different kinds of scholarships. There are government scholarships, most of which are bilateral in nature. That's the bilateral relation your government has with, the scholarship body of the other country. There are so many of them, especially with our Cameroonian government, in case you didn't know. And Deeply Merited Scholars will be touching on this in all our subsequent videos. We have scholarships which are given by organizations. You hear of big organizations like that, Erasmus, Commonwealth. These are organizations that offer full scholarships and partial scholarships depending on the scholarship scheme. And then we have scholarship boards and university scholarships. So universities hold the right to offer scholarships, full or partial, to their students, international students, so you can do direct scholarship applications to various universities or scholarship boards in the country for which you're applying for, and you may be considered. What we're going to talk about in this video is understanding the vetting process for different scholarships and measuring your chances for success. I think this is something that a lot of us do not do. We just, carry the whole faith banner and do an application without even measuring our chances for success. And when it isn't successful, you start to feel demoralized, you start to feel depressed, rather than learning the lesson behind, you know, your application not getting accepted. And this is something that deeply merited scholars touches a lot, because from experience we have had, you know, a lot of cases where scholarship results came out and they weren't what we expected, you know. But then again, you have to understand the vetting process, and you must understand that as far as scholarships are concerned, especially full scholarships, the vetting process helps you measure your chances for success. Measure your chances for success. If you dig into the story of a lot of, you know, scholarship alumni, you're going to realize that most of them didn't get it upon the first time of application. I mean, like for my master's scholarship, of course, I got it the first time I applied, but then I met people who were applying for their third time, were applying for their second or third time for that particular scholarship, and that year they got it. So the question is, why didn't they give up? That means there is something for you to learn. Whenever an application is not successful, reasons, you need to evaluate your application, because because your application goes against hundreds of other applications, maybe for your country, for other countries. It goes against other applications of people you do not even know, whose portfolios are probably higher than yours. So you need to build a strong portfolio for yourself and for your applications. Please let us take note of that. Deeply Merited Scholars is here for you. Our motto is, we soar on eagle's wings. If you understand the nature of an eagle, you know that they soar very high above failures and they appreciate success. So we teach our clients, we teach our audience to appreciate success and not to feel downcasted by their failures. Rather, they should use it as a learning step to match up with their intended desires and motivations. So of course, we haven't said that about Deeply Merited Scholars. Kindly remember that we have touched on practical baselines, what scholarships are all about. What are scholarships? The different scholarship schemes, and of course, the different kinds of scholarships. So in summary, this video is just to highlight what Deeply Merited Scholars is all about. We provide academic coaching, we guide students on their applications, we do applications for students as well, and we coach you on how to build a strong portfolio for your application. Be it scholarship, be it self-sponsored, it doesn't matter. We take a vetting process which helps you measure your chances for success in these applications. So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends and colleagues and social media platforms, so that people will be informed about upcoming scholarships and how to go about them. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for staying tuned to the end of this video. Remember, with Deeply Merited Scholars, we soar on eagle's wings. Bye bye.